the present administration in the past 6 years in sports?
It's a tough call, really.
Yeah.
It's got its high and low point.
Oh, okay.
19 years after we winning the Nations Cup. But it's quite unfortunate that you cannot separate, how do I put it, you cannot separate him from the losses and the gains we have made. Because whichever way you want to look at it, the buck stops on this table. And that's why for every competition, for every tournament, everybody expects that golden presidential handshake, and that is where it's very, very key. So like I said, 19 years after coming to win the Nations Cup, not forgetting the fact that the Nations Cup, prior to that, we did not even make it to that event. I think for him, that was a good one. The showing at the Olympic was a show of shame because we didn't come to the party at all.
They now came up with the summit, the sports summit.
They came up with.
They went to, is it a summit or they went for
retreat?
A sports retreat. For me, you see, it's not much of a retreat. That's not what is needed. I think the National Sports Commission itself should be an autonomous body. The government really should not be interfering into the day-to-day running of those federation, but that does not happen under this administration. So I will rate this administration probably 30%.
30?
Yes.
I don't, okay, that is you. Anyway, before Jimmy will do two things for me. One, Canopy just crashed out. You have a friend, is it from where? He comes from here.
From Obadiko. How do? Let's see whether it's good.
How do? We are waiting for your call, because when Canopy you kept on harassing us. You win away, you win home. You collected 4 condo away.
You remember that?
I do. I remember condo.
You see, sorry, a quick one. I don't understand how Nigeria you will win the league back to back, and you'll not be able to make it out of the first round of.
There's no logic. Tell me there's no logic in that. People use that on. Let's look at Manchester City. That you can. Sometimes it will just click. Sometimes it just click.
It has never clicked for
2 consecutive Champions League. How many times have they been in the quarterfinal? Talking about Arsenal.
You see, because God bless you. Because Arsenal. No. What they're saying is this. Arsenal and Man City play the same. They are playing the same league.
Okay.
Arsenal proceeds to the quarterfinal. City, that is the champion that dominates Arsenal, get knocked out. So there is something. It's not. So you're not using it. You don't use the league as a criterion.
You cannot really separate it. They are not inversely proportional.
Okay.
What I would say is this: the Canopy had never been a traditionally continental team, so to say. When
they don't have to do it in the continent.
But they know how to do it at home.
A team that was just founded in 1990. It's a young team.
No, when you see the way Enyimba be able to conduct themselves on the 1990.
Was that not Charlie Boy's music?
When you see the way Enyimba have been able to conduct themselves when it comes to continental games, even if they have to be eliminated, they don't just go out anyhow. You look at Canopy doing very well at home. A lot of people will tell you maybe because they have the advantage of winning most of their games at home.
They won away this season.
Yes,
Jimmy, this season that just ended.
What about the magic of the football calendar here with the continental calendar? There's always an issue when it comes to that.
As I stopped other things from progressing.
Okay, you want to say Al Ali. Despite the fact that Al Ali was not playing competitive football, they still went ahead.
There was no competitive football throughout the year.
But then again, it's like an anomaly on its own. It was a beautiful anomaly for them.
There are certain
but for us, it's like turning logic on its head. Really?
There are sometimes not all things can be explained. Every time I look at me, there is logic. There is a logical way of explaining everything. There are certain things that are beyond explanation because they are just out of sync. You're talking about Egypt now. Egypt for
it took Enyimba also quite a while before they established themselves as a dominant force.
Okay, before they had the pillar of Africa.
When Ronaldo used them to launch his comeback, it was a 7-0 draw before Enyimba at the hands of Inter Milan. So it's consistency, they will soon get there. See, once your practice makes perfect.
Even that they lost scandalously in Egypt.
Yes.
I think it was in the group stage. 5-0, but they were beaten. And then they came in, the chairman was trying to do it, the governor said, please. I mean, that is management. Forget them. It was a bad result. It was a bad day. They came out of the ashes of that thing and then triumphed as champion. So probably the management.
The bad days is becoming too many.
Jimmy score the president.
Well, I would say
in sports.
I would say average because when I
put percentage.
Average 45 now, 45, 50.
You won the Nations Cup.
Yes.
You know what? He rewarded. There was no
I think that would have been a lot more
Asha. He won under 17.
I would have been a lot more Asha. I didn't he didn't have all those plaudits for us to talk about.
Okay, what were the failures? What were the failures?
Honestly, when you look at the fact that at some point in time, we had we could not qualify for the Nations Cup twice. If you do remember, we didn't qualify twice.
And we won it.
We won once. Very good for him.
Okay, can you ask? It goes beyond. Qualifying and not winning.
Please hold on.
Winning is better.
And not qualification.
Yes.
I don't trace it to the table desk or the.
No. What I'm even saying.
We'll be taking the calls as they are coming. Let's not be taking the.
What I'm even saying is, it's good enough for you to have a Ministry of Sports, but when you have a Ministry of Football, it becomes shambolic for you to even.
Okabare is
at a point in time, she became.
Is Okabare exactly? Is Okabare the only athlete in Nigeria?
No, the country.
Is Okabare the only athlete in Nigeria?
You see, we did well in wrestling. We did well in wrestling. We did well in weightlifting. You guys are forgetting all that.
No, you can't say we are doing well.
This selective amnesia.
We're not being selective at all. Okay, he's not being selective.
But no, you see, let me give you the reason why I rated him 30.
Basketball.
Why I give him 30.
Yeah.
You see, for every success, we feel yes, we have achieved. I would say it's not as a result of deliberate attempt planning. It was just due to
incidental.
It was incidental, and the fighting spirit of an average Nigerian who wanted glory.
Look at what happened at the
what you're saying is
what is failure is not the fighting spirit.
Yes, you want to
did not make everything conducive for Stephen Keshi. Just the same way I made the conducive for
don't even go there. Go to the Olympics. When was money released to the athlete for training? We said it here, like 2-3 months before the Olympics. You don't do that. The next Olympics, other countries are already even planning.
All right,
It wasn't because of any deliberate attempt to attempt success.
Ibrahim is here in Lagos. Let's take Ibrahim. Hi, Bibi. How you doing? Hello, Ibrahim.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ken.
Yeah. Go on.
To talk about Canopilla.
Yes, sir.
Because I was not happy as they went out. What I want to tell you about them is that I think what really disturbed their progress, I think that accident and also psychologically.
Okay.
Since they got that accident,
yes.
Psychologically dismantled. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Because I saw them during that under 23, under 20. I saw what they played, determination and what they have in their arsenal. But unfortunately, that robbery attack just display all what they wanted to do this season for the Champions League. I'm sure of that. And for the president, and this thing, really, our president, I done a good job, Jonathan. Really, during the tenure, I enjoy sports because they lost the kind of glory in return to me, kind of winning that Nation Cup. I've never been so happy winning that Nation Cup, and some of this under 17, because I love football a lot. Under 17, that glory, he remembers so many things. Serious. So I will score him high in that aspect too, because he really gave sports.
So what is your score? What do you score him?
I score him 50.
50%. All right, passed. Thank you, Ibrahim. Ibrahim just brought to light the very important thing of which we forgot here. There is a team that Gambo Mohamed, they were injured. So it's like a depleted team. It's psychologically a team that was psychologically depleted in terms of whatever it is. So we should excuse them for this. Something external forces that have affected their performance. We saw the first round what they did. I mean, they did well. They won. They beat that home and away.
So as I was saying,
so I'll do apologies to Aldo. Aldo, you can call now. I want that.
You're free. So as I was saying, don't also forget that this Nations Cup victory that we're talking about, Nigeria almost got knocked out in the final group stage.
I don't remember that language almost.
Nigeria almost got knocked out. This was was a team that the NFF already booked a ticket to come back home at the quarterfinal before the defeated the river. But they won that about it. I'm not disputing it. But what I'm saying is, it was not as a it was not that we had a template to please. Not template, and that is why we have never been able to build on it. How will a team win the Nations Cup and not be able to qualify for the next edition?
Egypt did it.
After the
Egypt did it.
Why are you learning the? Why are you taking the bad example? Why can't you?
Ask a question.
Why can't you?
Ask a question now. They ask a question.